back with another one. And this segment is about Shannon Sharpe, Uncle Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay, right? And, you know, for a minute, everybody used to be like, oh, man, we think he, you know what I'm saying? You know, we think he like, you know. But then, remember he went live while he was in some, you know what I'm saying? While he was deep in something. So, cool, right? But as of late, it's a female that filed a lawsuit on him, man, for 50 M's. That's crazy, 50 M's. So, you know, she throwing all kind of allegations around and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Which we don't know if it's true or not, but, you know, if they are true, then, you know, we can't ride with Uncle Shay Shay on that tip, you know what I mean? But in my personal opinion, it might just seem like somebody's in their feelings. You know, he might have cut somebody off and that person feel like this is the way to get back at him. Not to mention, the guy that's actually, you know, trying to help her with this lawsuit or whatnot is Tony Bugsby, you know what I'm saying? If I'm saying his name wrong, just know I know the name, but the last name is Bugsby, right? And this is the same lawyer who tried to go after Jay-Z with wild accusations. So at this point, we all know that lawyer be on the BS with these wild accusations and try to target, you know, high profile people. So from what I read or from what I done heard or from what I done seen, you know, basically, you know, she's claiming that, you know, they did have a relationship at one point in time or whatever, you know, and let's not forget the fact, I think the woman is like only 20 years old, you know what I mean? So, and Uncle Shay is probably damn near, you know, pushing his 60s almost, but he's definitely in his 50s, right? You know, off the rip, you already know why she's dealing with him, you know what I'm saying? You know, I always have a little saying, man, listen, you don't just get cute overnight, man. And that's just a true fact. And that goes for men and females, man. When you touching the bag, you got some notoriety. You know what I'm saying? You got a little popularity. You know, people tend to flock to you, man. That probably would have never looked your way if you wasn't popping or you wasn't getting no money. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she claimed that, you know, you know, they had a SA situation. You know what I'm saying? Basically her saying that hey, you know, the times that we did it consensual, you know what I'm saying, that it was consensual, you know, that's all good. And the time that I really wasn't trying to, you know, the time that I didn't want it, he forced himself upon me, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? So you know, we got to take some of this stuff with a grain of salt from both sides, because, you know, it's her side, his side, and then it's the real truth. You know, Shannon Sharpe did drop a statement. I'm going to play that for y'all real quick, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think, and I'm going to get back with y'all.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Bugsby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Bugsby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Bugsby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about, and I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
So, y'all seen the video with y'all own eyes, you know what I'm saying? Y'all heard it with y'all own ears. So, Shannon Sharpe said, basically, this is a good old shakedown. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to come up on some paper, you know, and led by, you know, the attorney, Tony Bugsby. And we all know every time we hear his name, he's in the media trying to make sure his clients collect the big bag. In this situation, they want 50 M's from Uncle Shay Shay, and he said instead of them getting that money from that lawsuit, they only getting sued. Shannon Sharpe said he not going. But what I have seen, and I don't think I verbally heard Shannon Sharpe speak on, you know what I'm saying, offering her $10 million not to go public with it or just to settle out and let this go. But it's been reported that he'd offered her $10 million, and then it was also a phone call that she recorded, basically trying to, you know, let the people hear how he talks to her or alleged threats to her. Now, stuff like this gets tricky because the girl, Gabby, or Carly, whatever she go by on OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying? Y'all heard the name Shannon Sharpe spoke on, the names that he said. Is the crazy thing about it is that, you know, some girls or some guys, they be into that kinky stuff, you know what I'm saying? The hair pulling, you know, the throat grabbing, you know what I'm saying? The smacking of the, you know, just, you know, the kinky shit or whatever, man. And who knows, man, if that, you know, she might have been into that. Shannon might have been into that, you know, and at one point in time it was consensual, you know. I also seen something where she said she tried to break it off with him after, you know, remember he had a little slip up with the, you know, the phone going live while he off in something. Obviously, that made her mad. So that kind of made me think like, so, you know, you do your thing on OnlyFans or whatever, and you mad that he, you know what I'm saying, got something else going on with somebody else, you know, and maybe Shannon came to the realization that, okay, man, bro, I'm 50 plus years old. I'm dealing with a 20-year-old, you know what I'm saying? You know, she really don't like me. She just trying to get some money and use me or whatever, man. So I'm going to use that bag to the advantage or whatever. I'm going to, hey, be here when I say be here. Hey, do this when I say do this, you know what I'm saying? You want the paper, you want to live the life, then you're going to have to work for it. And, you know, the work that he wanted her to put in just so happened to be sexual. So I'm gonna play another video of the actual phone call that she alleged that it was Shannon Sharpe basically making threats to her and, you know, basically trying to scare her. So y'all check this out and tell me what y'all think.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a bitch to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Anything I say.
Now, y'all heard the alleged phone call, or, you know, I guess that could have been a FaceTime or whatever. But y'all heard the audio of the conversation between them two. Now, the part of that right there that just kind of like, something don't sit right is because if she was just really trying to, you know, see what's up with him and want to have a conversation or whatever about their situation or relationship or whatever they was into, her recording off the rip was definitely, you know what I'm saying, her trying to line something up. You know, it's giving I'm trying to put somebody in the blender. I'm trying to put somebody in the trick bag. You know what I mean? And you can kind of tell that once he said a certain thing, she got quiet for a second. So, you know, at that point, you know, she probably like, yes, I got him. He making threats, or he's saying this, and he's talking, talking crazy or whatever, right? But when it comes to stuff like that, we don't know the nature of their relationship. We don't know if they play with each other like that, talk like that. I know people who say that to, you know what I'm saying? They other half or some stuff like that. You know, people talk like that with, you know what I'm saying, they people. Do they really mean it? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time. You know? So we can't just say nah. Excuse me on that. But that might have been a way they talk to each other and how they, you know, speak to each other, and it don't be nothing like that. People talk to each other like that a lot, man, when they be dealing with each other and stuff like that. And 9 times out of 10, man, if they be already, you know what I'm saying, doing kinky stuff, and, you know, he can meant that in that type of situation, like far as next time I see you and we get busy, yeah, I'm gonna show you, yeah, I'm gonna show you what's up, because you playing with me and you taking me for a game. I'm gonna knock them screws loose off you. You know what I'm saying? Sexually, not, you know what I'm saying, abusively or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not to harm her. So it don't look good, because him being an ex-football player, him being on First Take ESPN, having Club Shay Shay. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's been reported that he was probably about to get him $100 million deal. So, it seems like it was perfect timing to go after him. You know what I'm saying? If these accusations are false. So we're gonna see how this play out, and probably her hearing about the $100 million contract that he's probably due to sign soon, or, you know what I'm saying, even if that's true, that's probably a good reason why she turned the 10 down and said, let me get 50 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, man, one of them things, man, people got to be careful. You know, like I said, man, a lot of people, man, they don't genuinely like you, or, you know what I'm saying, really want to be with you. They want the lifestyle, they want the money, they want the glam and glitz of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's a very few that's, smart enough up here to catch on that, hey, man, a girl 30 years younger than me, she really not here, you know what I'm saying, here just for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's with all the cases or whatever, you know what I mean? Sometimes people do find love in that type of way, you know what I'm saying, in that way, in a big gap. You see it all the time, you know what I mean? But this one right here seemed like this was a friends with benefits type situation, you know what I mean? And the minute that something ain't go her way, she got to hollering certain things. But anything else come through, I'll come back, drop something for y'all, and I'm going to end that right here.